are about to get set, still with technical difficulties, unfortunately. I don't know if James can. Either way, we have to go now, so off we go. 5 red lights, and here we go. Joe gets a decent run, but KG Gamer is right behind. He's actually got past F1 Maestro now. Here we go, KG Gamer on the outside of Joe, and we have Jogla making the move on Maestro. Whoa, KG Gamer has actually made it around the outside, trying to at least in the slipstream of Joe now. Let's see, let's get in the slipstream of Joe into turn 3. It is around the outside into turn 4 now. Can he make it? It's really close, but Joe just makes it and breaks really wide. They're still kind of side by side, but Jogla also making a really impressive move. Same with Langman. Maestro really has lost out. But here we go. Jogla can't quite make the move here. We have the top 5. They're pretty close together now. Sorry about this. Are you gonna hang in after the race? So yeah, we have it's gonna be a solo tonight, I'm afraid. But KG Gamer coming into lap 2 now. It's really gaining on Joe now on the slipstream into turn 1. We have it for the 50-meter board. Indian Ninja gets a penalty. That's not what he wants. We have Ronin Ninja and Warden coming into the pits, so I presume that's damage from incidents. But Maestro still hanging in there. Langman losing quite some time, but yeah, Maestro not a solid start there. He lost 3 positions, I believe, but that's what happens. It's like breaks like a chain if as soon as you just have a bit of a compromise run, and mostly at that. But yeah, Joe leading in to the last section of lap 2 now. Into turn 12. Joe actually gets a bit of a deadline there, so it's gonna help KG Gamer a bit. But yeah, so we have the top 3. Very close together, and then we have a bit of a gap. We saw Ferrari actually run a bit wide into the last chicane. So Langman is the guy for the Ferrari to carry, but he seems to be losing a bit of pace, so that's gonna probably be a battle for P4, I believe. I think he also same with Lion also. But yeah, Lion, a driver who turned to be a reserve, but seems to have the pace. So also Haynes, looking really a pretty promising driver who's really a dark horse. Really can turn out to be a really fast driver. Just needs to get there, you know. But he's showing great potential. As we have Langman, who's already giving a penalty, so that's not good. But we have Jogla going down the inside of KG Gamer. I think KG Gamer maybe has had to run wide. He's had to do that since, or otherwise Jogla is just doing a really great job, but can't quite get it. But he's really pressurizing him into the last section now, almost carrying him. So let's look at his. Yeah, as you can see, he has a lot of that to use. So KG Gamer goes defensive, but into turn 1 we go. Jogla is gonna have the better run, and indeed he does it. Really great move by the Spaniard, and on his home Grand Prix, of course. So next up for him is Joe, but that's gonna be a real task for him to do so. His teammate, the VSR Clone Troop, who's not couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately. The driver who won Chinese Grand Prix round 3. Really impressive drive there. Watch that if you already haven't. But either way, Juggler's made his way up to P2, making 2 positions. So great job by the Haas driver. But yeah, that is meaning that Langman and Maestro really has catched up now, which is good. We won a big fight for the lead. It's before Christmas. That's just great. And yeah, we gotta pay attention to the pit window as well. A long race and a one-stop that these guys are planning to do, but incidents can occur, so potential 2-stop, but so far it's looking to be a 1-stop, and I'm reckoning stop at lap 10. Juggler is having a slight look at Joe, but he seems to have the hang of the tires right now. Joe seems to be struggling a bit, running wide again, and now Juggler has the potential run to go around the outside for the lead of Spanish Grand Prix. Let's see, can he get the hang of it? He's still there, and that means he will be down the inside for the penultimate corner. Sorry there, and he's still on the inside line. It really changes camber, and there we go. Job done for Joe. Can KG Gamer do something about it? He's right behind the Merc driver, opening the S flap now as we come into the last sector now, but Juggler has it's solid job by the Spaniard. Really impressive drive right there, and he's just made 3 positions in 5 laps. Wow. And yeah, KG Gamer is just looking, McLaren driver is just looking to take advantage of it. He knows that his main rival Joe can suffer any time, but Joe will be looking to get back now in the slipstream and DRS for lap 6. Coming into turn 1 now, he's going down the inside. They make slight contact, and they make it really showing great respect towards each other. And yep, there we go. Juggler has the awesome line on the outside, but Joe is still there. Wide, take the inside line, but KG Gamer has the outside line, as you can see. Is he gonna make it? This is a really great battle so far. Squeezes him a bit wide, but still shows respect. Into the next corner now, that goes a bit off camber. We have Haynes retired from the race, but we just need to follow this awesome battle for the lead. Joe has now been overtaken by 2 cars, and this is not the end, of course, but Langman also is looking to follow that train of cars. Yeah, we really have a fight for the lead. Oh my days, Langman goes a really wide line, but that's gonna make his run a bit better for the next. Just lost a bit, but looks like KG Gamer is gonna have a run on Juggler, who had a compromised sector 3, especially on the chicane. You could see he was losing his rear a tad, but here we go. KG Gamer for the lead. We have had a fight for the lead 3 laps in a row. Joe just had a slight look, but can't quite get it. Juggler is gonna get in the slipstream of KG Gamer, but can't quite get it. Actually lost more to KG Gamer than gained, and yeah, that's really a impressive drive by KG Gamer. As said for the race, he's really on fire at the moment. A driver who can really challenge Joe for the championship if he continues to do similar things like this. As said, this is a really difficult race, league race wisely, because it's this track is This track is a track that you really have to get in the groove and get on the groove on and get the groove rhythm on, if that makes sense. Myself have done several league races, and it continues to be one of the hardest because it has so many varieties of different aspects of racing crafts that you need to have in order to be successful in a race. Besides luck, of course. But into turn 1 we go, and Jotler goes terribly wide. That's going to compromise his next run, and I won't be surprised if we see a move by Joe. He gets really close, but it's not enough. He had to lift into turn 4, I believe. Now. So yeah, just looking backwards, we have Maestro struggling a bit in pace. I don't know if he's had damage, but he's just not had it so far. Losing a bit to Langman, and Boogie, the Toronto driver, is right behind Maestro. And we have Visualize, who, let's see, has not made a stop, but he's fallen behind a bit, 6 seconds, and same with Lion also. And then we have the early stoppers, who are most likely not going to then quick last stints. 3 drivers were actually really rapid, so a bit unfortunate to see these guys on the backfield of the grid. But that can happen. As I said, this is league racing, not each time your luck can be on your side. But with lap 9 we are in now, and it's calmed a bit. These guys are following each other lap after lap, which is certainly not healthy for their tires. So that's something good for us viewers to look forward to, because that means more drama, more battles. We actually have Holland in P4 on those medium tires, really gaining. And I think Langman has made a mistake, because I swear he was in P4 for a second ago. Or maybe my eyes just, or my memory just not good. But we have a 4-way scrap for the lead right now. Let's see how KD Gamer's run is into the last section. He really needs to nail it. And what I also aware of, or have noticed, is it's really hard to break the DRS window around this circuit, especially because you have these. Well, you have the DRS section. And that's nice front there. But yeah, back to what I said. Is a track that's really hard to break the DRS window off, because you gain so much, as you can see. Juggler gains so much on the long hit straight, but not quite enough to make a move. But yeah, look at Holland on those harder tires, as said, looking to have a better pace, and right now his teammate is holding him up. Whoa, he touches Joe a bit there. That was not good, and that lost him almost a second. Joe Hindenburg, the championship leader. So yeah, let's just check tires. There we go, 9 laps old medium tires, going longer. And Holland, who seems to have the pace this evening, can be a challenger of for tonight. These guys are pitting soon, I believe. Won't be surprised if we see it. No matter of seconds. But yeah, these guys are relatively quite close still. 10 laps in, and Joe is the first one to blink. I think he's not the only one. We have Langman, same to do so. Ah, that's not good. 5-second stop and go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's gonna lose him several positions, and I think that's his run over for a top 5 position maybe. But let's see, it's a long race, but he has to catch up a bit. The battle for the lead is definitely over for Langman, unfortunately. But he comes out in the free air, just in front of Stefano Paulus. Just. But yeah, Joe is gonna make the undercut, potential undercut, and it's gonna be crucial to see if it's gonna work out. We have KG Gamer leading, as said, and not really in a battle, so yeah, it could work out for Joe, but I think they're gonna be right in front of. It's hard to predict, at least, but these tires are coming into end, as you can see. AG Gamer comes into the pits and Juggler stays out. Same does Holland. Boogie stays out, and Maestro also, who's most likely gonna come in front of Langman, his teammate, because of that 5 seconds that we broke. So that's gonna help him. At least that's 1 position gained. Good pit stop right there by McLaren driver. Let's see where he's gonna come out. Compared, I think he's just made it. Wow, and Joe is gonna have a look into turn 1 now. Tries to do the switchback, and indeed does. Tries to go around the outside, but not quite. But he's gonna have slipstream of KG Gamer still on the outside line of the McLaren driver. Here we go. Let's see, squeeze him a bit, try to compromise his run, but Joe has the inside line, and I think that's job done unless KG Gamer can do something about it. And that's a hell of a move by Joe. Moved his way up to for a net lead. But let's see if this battle has cost him too much compared to the 2 drivers. This is really exciting. We have 4 drivers, and they are. 1 of them are coming in now, Juggler, Spaniard, but I predict that he's gonna come behind 2 leaders. They're really making an exceptional move there with the undercut just by 1 lap, and used it to his advantage to take advantage of KD Gamer's cold tires. And let's see where they come out. I think they're gonna be miles ahead, but not a miles, but enough for them to come ahead of the Spaniard. And what a move by Joe, a potential move that will win him the race. But let's see, KG Gamer is really catching on Joe. Looks like the heat of the tires have come into play. Yeah, Juggler's lost 2 seconds out of that, and I don't know what has caused that, but that could be the pit entrance, because there was that's not the easiest thing. Actually, you could see Langman lost quite a bit just from that. Langman is on medium tires, just so you're aware, even though it says soft on the screen, but as you can see in the telemetry, it's on medium tires. Also going to then like all the others. Yeah, Holland stays out, of course, because he started on those medium tires. I forgot so, but he's doing a longer run. But he's losing quite some time to his teammates, so he essentially has to get quite soon if he wants to have a chance of catching those guys in the end of the race. But he'll be looking to go on soft tires, I believe. I would do so at least. But, yeah, looks like it's stable a bit. Maestro also took advantage of Langman and is in a solid top 5. So consistent by Maestro right there. But yeah, as you can see, the gap is slowly decreasing between Joe and Holland. Holland is trying everything to extend his stint so he can go longer. I think it's incident has happened here. Oh yeah, it's Ginger Ninja and Lion. I think Lion is waiting up, but that means Run is trying to get past. Hasn't done so. But something has definitely happened here. For the scrap of the few points that are available. Yeah, that means Run is back in it for the points. Oh, we have a fight, I believe. KG Gamers just got past, and that was in turn 1. Apologies for that, just missed that, and Juggler fortunately has got a penalty, so I think it looks harder and harder for him. It looked so promising at the start, but as said, so much can happen in the pit stop window. It's all about doing the right thing at the right time, and Joe has definitely nailed that. He's jumped one position and still trying to catch on KG Gamer, or still to stick with him, but yeah. As said, the gap is decreasing between the lead, Holland, who's staying out for another lap, but we'll be looking to, let's see, 26. He'll be going for at least 4 or 5 laps still, if he wants to go on soft tires. But Joe has got an excellent run here. Let's see, into turn 1 we go. There's wide open, doesn't look to be enough. Well, we have a yellow sector 2. Let's see, Apex a bit. I think there's a dirty air involved, and not enough this lap. We have Boogie also putting the pressure on Langman. And Ronan making his first pit stop, I believe, of tonight. And Lion has unfortunately retired from the race. Fortunate for the Red Bull driver, but at least we have Joe still maintaining the pressure, keeping it in the DS window. But Juggler has actually catched up a bit, so he's seems to have found his rhythm again. But yeah, as said, the tires seems to be taking a few laps to get in heat again. If you're not aware, normally you start with cold tires, and it takes a few laps before you get into pace. But Joe has seemed to really nail the strategy by doing a lap earlier than the other guys to speed track position wisely. Just really clever. Think about it. And he's still sticking with KG Gamer. Still, maybe he has a one lap older tires, but the thing that he maintains the pressure just really compensates his loss of 1 lap fresher tires. So in that sense, it shouldn't have too big of an effect that the other guys have fresher tires. It might be at the end, but it hasn't got at least as big of an impact as it has on the earlier games. Yeah, anyways, Boogie is also still keeping pressure on Langman for the fight for P6. And Ronan was on his second stop, excuse me, apologies for that, so he's definitely going to the end now. Making the undercut, but here we go, the battle for, and I missed this again, sorry. Joe has got past. And, yep, that's the job done so far. Definitely gonna come out in front of Holland, but Holland is just trying to extend his stint as long as possible to potentially go really fast at the end. But I'm afraid he'll be behind Maestro, and Maestro definitely has some grass on him. I think he's made a mistake, or some gravel at least. He lost quite a bit of time to the Spaniard of Chocolate, who's slowly catching on those two guys. I think we'll definitely have battle for the lead at the end, and Holland also coming into the pits now. Where will this Merc driver come out? compared to the others. That will be the crucial thing. But I think he was already prepared to come behind these guys. But it's gonna be a difficult task to do so. Let's see. Maestro comes now in for lap 19. Holland is right in front, and that's crucial for Merc driver, which means he can look up to Juggler. As long as he doesn't lose too much time on these cold tires, Maestro will have the benefit for this half sector, but after that I reckon Holland will catch leaders. But yeah, to those just tuned in, we are over half through the race. Oh my god, Joe is currently leading by doing a great undercut, 1 lap earlier than the other guys. Superb job. And then we have Holland, who's probably my favorite because he does a similar strategy that I used to love, starting with the harder compound and going longer in the race compared to the guys who start on the softer compound and then go all out attack at the end of the race. He seems to be catching. KG Gamer is looking around the outside and we just catch that luckily, and seemingly just ding dong battling, just switching positions, and the question is if they continue to do so, because it's gonna help the other guys to catch, and if that happens then we are in for a hell of a battle. Joe gets really close right there, almost hitting the rear of him, but yeah, he's just Gamer looks to be making a few mistakes, but I would probably do the same if I was on constant pressure. These guys haven't relaxed in a single second, and I think they're quite used to it. Seems to be I think that just doing accuracy now, which is something you've always done, but yeah, this is exciting for us that we have a battle constantly, and it also results that these drivers are incredibly fast and so close now. Joe is trying, didn't even pay attention to the gamer's sweeping. He already see it was not enough. He seems to be a bit patient. He knows that drivers behind him, Juggler at least, is catching up big time under the second. So nowadays we have a fight for the lead, and I think we'll be seeing one for until the end of the race. We have a yellow sector 3. But yeah, it's all to play for. Holland is slowly catching. He should be catching more. Let's actually check KG Gamer's lap times. Yeah, it was Holland who set the fastest lap, and he's really being consistent. Look at those sector times. They are so close. And he's catched almost half a second to the leaders. Oh, Joe seems to be struggling a bit there. Got lost in a bit. KG Gamer doing the same thing again. Joe reacts this time. So that might indicate that he's going aggressive this time. And look how much he's closing. I think he's going on high DS climate now. Let's see. Coming into turn 3 now. Yep, he's definitely on it. If you saw his line last lap compared to that, it's way more aggressive. You could see on his driving style. Maybe not something everyone can see, but I could notice that it was definitely different. He was more patient last lap. That might be tactical because he knows there's two guys really rapid, and there you go. Holland has catched 6/10 compared to the others, and it's especially on the last sector. If you pay attention to the sector times. Let's see, 27.7, and Holland's sector 3 time was 27.5. But he's gaining overall on all the sector times, especially on sector 3. We have Joe almost pushing KG Gamer around now. Once has the fastest lap time. Just stopped, and Ronan actually made the undercut. So great job by the Italian there. On the medium tires, going to the end now. Yeah, we need to pay attention for this battle for the lead. I think Joe is definitely making it now. Coming into turn 1 now. Can he stick it around the outside? Here we go. KG Gamer just has his nose in. He's looking to get a switchback into the really fast right-hander. He's gaining, but yep, he's going for it. Joe has to leave the space, otherwise it's gonna be fatal. But that's meaning that Juggler has catched up right behind the 2 leaders. And we have a fight once again. If Holland will surely catch these guys, and he's on. He doesn't have a penalty, I believe, so he's on his second warning, so he's just on the edge. But if he just maintains that, he has a real shot of the win. Here we go into lap 23. We are now. This is gonna be so intense. KG Gamer is putting the pressure. Same with Juggler. KG Gamer looks to be a bit closer now, and it's all about the exit now into the last corners. Joe has really nailed that one, and you can see how much he's gained, just a few tenths, but it's really crucial. Small things that counts, but it's not enough for Joe to prevent from KG Gamer going around the outside. Right now, he's pretty, wow, pretty. Some slight contact, sorry, I can't speak, but KG Gamer is still there on the inside line for lap 24 it is, and they make slight contact. Joe is front right, and that means Juggler is taking the lead. And whoa, KG Gamer has waited respectively. Oh, it almost turned into a collision there. Well, it did, but not as big of a collision as it could be, but that means that Holland is now in P2, and Army Juggler has out of nowhere taken the lead. Wow, what a race we have. And also respect to KG Gamer waiting up. As you could see, that was too much. That was just over the edge, over the limit of racing, and he also pushed. You could see pushed Joe a bit too wide. But yeah, Holland is, as I said, got a real shot of the lead now, and he goes down the inside of. I think it should be a pretty easy job on those fresher tires. And no, it's turned into collision. And there was definitely some damage there. Holland has collided with Juggler. There was weird contact. And that's race over for the Merc driver. No, what a disaster. And that's meant that the package of drivers behind have catched up now. That's unfortunate. But yeah, we still have the battle for the lead. You can't predict anything in racing, guys. This is unbelievable. And Joe seems to be catching on Juggler, but KG Gamer is even closer. But just unfortunate how it ended. Chain reaction really. First a collision between Joe and KG Gamer, and then a collision between Juggler and Holland, and that was just the first time they just glimpsed at a battle. So, but yeah, still three-way fight, and let's just look at penalties. Juggler has got a penalty Joe is on his second warning, and same with KG Gamer. So right now it's either Joe or KG Gamer. Right now Joe is your winner of this tantalizing race. Really has been. Unfortunately, it didn't went out as I hoped for Holland, at least. It was an amazing strategy, but he seems to be just holding Langman. He has the damage. So, yeah. Juggler currently leading on track, but penalty-wise, it's Joe who's your net leader. And he seems to be going for an overtake as soon as possible. Langman makes his. Oh, I think we have a collision again. Indeed, it is. It went bad. It has went bad to worse for Holland, and that's really not. This is really a race to forget for Holland. What looked so good, but anyways, Joe is making the move on track for the lead on Juggler, but Juggler's not giving up. Makes a different line into turn 2. Now it's turn 3 and turn 4 now. KG Gamer is on the inside line. I haven't even seen that, and they make slight contact. Luckily, KG Gamer doesn't repeat what he did to Joe there, but just not enough to get past Juggler. KG Gamer, if he wants to win tonight, he needs to get past ASAP. And he's really pressurizing him. He's doing everything that he can, but Joe's already breaking that DS window, unfortunately. It's not good for the McLaren driver. But yeah, we have Holland who's thrown it in the towel. We have Warner to make another pit stop. Running on a P8, solid job by him after the first lap conditions. LCR visualized, teammate of KG Gamer has a pretty calm race, not much to be said there. And these three guys has also just kept for themselves. Boogie has really been able to make a move, but here we go. KG Gamer has actually made it past Juggler now, and the question is if he can up to Joe, but it might be a tad too late. Wow, what a race. I think he... well, you never know. KG Gamer did it in China. And did it also in Baku, got P2. But it seems to be that Joe has just that slight edge over the other drivers. It just means that he can be successor and race winner each weekend, and that means that Joe will extend his championship lead even more to his rivals. Whew. Just had to catch a break there. MSAT's asking if Ben is racing in this league. Yes, indeed he does so, but that's in the Asia Pacific region. We are watching the European region right now, but Ben races in the Asia Pacific region as reserve, I believe, right now. But here we go. I think that's something has happened. Langman has made a mistake. That has meant that Boogie has made his way up to P5, and solid job by Boogie. Along with Maestro, really just taking advantage of drivers colliding. And this should be the battle to look out for, as I'm afraid it's not enough for KG Gamer to pressurize Joe. They are really similar on pace, which is so impressive on this level of racing. And also to answer the next question, this tier is only line allowed, I believe. But we adjust the assist compared, or it's selected from the driver's preferences. So yeah, it adjusts time to time what assist we use, but Usually we want our top tier to be as few assists as possible, but these guys have line allowed, I believe. But yeah, the more down you get on the tiers, like tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, etc., the more assists will be allowed. But yeah, Boogie putting under pressure on Maestro. Can't quite get it. Gets some run. You can see he gains a lot on Maestro now. Let's just look at penalties. Also on a lot of guys on their second warning, but Maestro actually on his way to get a second penalty. So oh, Joe gets a penalty, and that's crucial, because if KG Gamer can just keep it within the 3-second window, and oh, I think I spoke too soon. He just got a penalty. So they are even now, unfortunately, for our sake. Well, I don't know. That's just racing, isn't it? But yeah, that's all over, isn't it? Joe is on his way for his consecutive back-to-back race win. And yeah, next question, the last question you said. No problem, man. But yeah, we currently have 2 tiers for the European region. As Boogie, sorry, I had to see that Maestro is just around the outside. Just got overtaken by Boogie, but he's still in there. But runs a bit wide. Will he make a move now? Into the right hander. Boogie has run terribly wide, and that's gonna compromise his exit. Maestro now on the outside. Can he make it? This is the battle for on track, at least. If Boogie does not get a penalty, but they're still side by side. Look at this helicopter view. This is amazing. Maestro just gets the hang of it, and that's his on track P4. But Boogie is still all over the Ferrari driver into the last section. Not quite enough. But yeah, for the European region we have 2 tiers, but it adjusts season to season. It depends on interest, of course. But yeah, if you are interested in joining the league, you can check our Twitter sites and websites out. You can just link you here. Let's just take, sorry for interruptions, but Boogie has just run around the outside of Maestro now. What a move. He's definitely determined to get that P4. The battle to watch now for the end of the race. Langman has got another penalty, but here we go. What a battle we have so far. Maestro on the outside, which turns into the inside line now. Boogie is trying to get the outside potential run, but they are racing right there. Something leaders maybe cool enough. But yeah, that's racing. It's a bit unfortunate that Chocolate, and especially Holland, that had their incident. But Boogie, that DRS detection point is so powerful around this track, and will be looking to get on. Let's just take penalties again, but I'm quite sure Boogie has got this for P4. Still no penalty. Wait, oh, I spoke too soon there. They are even on penalties, so they're fighting on track right now. Boogie in the slipstream. This is now or never, last lap. It's gaining on Maestro now. This is now or never. Down the inside of Maestro. They touch a bit, and Maestro gets a penalty, and there you have it. If Boogie can just maintain it, he'll definitely be looking to make a move. Let's hope it doesn't end in disaster. I don't think let's keep in mind they're not actually aware of each other's penalties, so they are just battling their hearts out. And I think what has happened here? Joe has got A puncture? Oh yep, let's just... Yep, good juggler. Joe has got a puncture on the last lap. And that's a disaster. KG Gamer, oh my days. This is revenge for the last, I think it was Bahrain, where KG Gamer got a puncture. Same thing has happened to Joe, and KG Gamer comes to the last lap, wins the race. Oh my days. And catches in the title championship. Joe comes home in P3, Boogie in P4 as said. Maestro in P5, Visualize in P6. Ronan doing a solid job. We also missed Langman. I think Langman will get reinstated in P11 or P10, sorry, I believe, as he completed 9% of the race. But Ronan, solid job there. A good comeback race. First points for him in a few races, I believe. Ninja Ninja, his teammates. Oh, let's just bring it one piece, please. Warden in P9. But wow, my days. KG Gamer comes on the last lap because of a puncture from championship leader. It must be so gutting. But yeah, there you have it. That's your top 3, and what a race we have had. That was quite something. Oh. There you have it, quite some penalties there, but most of them are quite even, at least the top 3, so didn't have an effect anyways. But yeah, the big losers must be the Merc drivers, because Joe was on for the win. He must be feeling so gutted right now, and Holland, who also were looking to at one point to win the race. So let's get these guys in for a quick podium interview.